I think sandwiches are kind of like the perfect food. You can play with texture, you can play with the bread, you can do dips in sandwiches, you can have a straightforward sandwich with just like meat and cheese. It is limitless what you can do with a sandwich. So we opened in June of 2023, and I was really unsure about like where it would go. I had no idea it was gonna be so busy. So it's 8 a.m., we just got in, and we are gonna make the brine for our turkeys. This is our Dill Party. It's our most popular sandwich. It's the most annoying sandwich to make, but like it's the best sandwich, I love it. So we just have this pile of brine. It's sugar, salt, peppercorns, bay leaves, thyme, and coriander, and garlic. For this particular brine, we're gonna use it for 2 turkeys. So we're just gonna dissolve the sugar and salt, and then we'll like put it over ice. I love turkey sandwiches, but I really did not want to have a turkey sandwich on the menu. I also find that brining and roasting turkeys is like a pain in the ass. But my friend Sarah was like, you have to put a turkey sandwich on the menu. So I just did it kind of as an opening sandwich, and I really didn't expect it to like take off. But I think that maybe other people were thinking what she did, which is like, we just want really good turkey sandwiches. And I think it's hard to find places that do that whole process. It's a lot of work, but we take pride in that. So now these are gonna be put in the fridge, and we're gonna let them brine for 24 hours, and then we will roast them tomorrow. This is Nick. He is a line cook here, so he's gonna slice a turkey today. These are turkeys that we roasted yesterday. I am not a huge fan of thick cut turkey in sandwiches. I prefer my sandwiches to have like really, really thinly sliced meat. Particularly with turkey, I think it's great, like almost like shredded. And if it's not shredded, I will shred it. And we really, really blow through this.
You just gotta feel it out, because sometimes it's a little stiffer, sometimes it's not, so you have to like adjust your pressure on the slicer to make sure it's staying consistent essentially. When we put it in the pan, we like to pre-fluff it a little bit, because on the sandwich you want a really nice bite, you don't want like a super dense bite of turkey, and we can get nice sandwiches out faster and everyone gets to eat real quick.
Okay, so we just got our bread delivery. We get bread deliveries every day. This pile is for the Dill Party. We go through a lot of it. Look like this from Sullivan Street. This is so delicious. It's stretchy doppio. It's kind of just like soft, pliable bread. It's a little salty. So I think there's no like perfect mathematical equation to like make a good sandwich. I think it's all just really important. But I definitely think that if you have really, really bad bread, you cannot make a good sandwich, no matter how delicious the interior is. We don't make it in-house for like so many reasons. I'd rather just pay someone who does it really well to help me out make good sandwiches. And this is the dill mayo. It has so much dill inside. Dill Havarti. I just do it to cover the bottom. It's more like a textural thing for me. It has this like creaminess that like only comes from this kind of cheese. And then this is the turkey. I think with meat in general, when we're stacking meat, like I think Italian is the best example of this. And you have the prosciutto and the salami and all the things, and they're flat, and you bite into it, it becomes this like homogenized singular piece of meat. I think about that a lot. And that's our Dill Party sandwich. I've always wanted to run a sandwich shop. The first restaurant that I worked at was called Sorella, and it was all women working there, and we were all in our early 20s, and it was chaos. And we're like, let's make a sandwich shop. It was gonna be like a sandwich shop / vintage clothing store, like half and half. Everyone went on to like do really great things and like be really high up in like the industry. And I'm just like, let's still do sandwiches. Now we're gonna make the base for our Chicky, which is our smashed chicken meatball sandwich. One of our other popular sandwiches is the Chicky. It's my personal favorite, and it's just a giant smashed chicken meatball. It's ground chicken, sauteed onions and garlic, chopped thyme and parsley, breadcrumbs, egg, ton of salt, and then we like mix that in a big batch, and then we portion them out and then cook them to order. So we make a batch like this pretty much every day. I think that this is one of our more popular sandwiches, this and the Dill Party. These are the 2 sandwiches that I haven't changed on the menu. I think people would like genuinely be mad at me if I like stopped making it. So now that we're done balling these chickens, Chai's gonna wrap them and we're putting them in the reach-in and use them for service. Yeah, it's served on like a really chewy like seeded bun with Bulgarian feta and arugula, grilled onions, smoked paprika aioli. We do sell out of them occasionally. We've gotten like better with just trying to be on top of that, because for a while we were just selling out all of the time. We want people to be able to come in like closer to the end of service and get what they want. So now we're gonna move on to start making our desserts. We're starting off with a strawberry lemonade cake. It's an olive oil based cake, and then it'll have strawberry frosting and jam and lemon curd. So first we're gonna measure out all of our wet ingredients, dry ingredients. There's like nothing wrong with a slice of cake and like a cup of coffee for lunch. And sometimes people eat their dessert before their sandwich as a little appetizer because we're adults and we can do whatever we want. I'm a little embarrassed about this, but like it's fine. I use these grandma egg beaters and I have a bunch of them. I don't measure, I just go. My grandma never measured, and that's who I idolize. I do kind of like grandma style cooking here, and I mean that with the most respect to grandmas around the world. And so I felt really cared for when my grandma like made me something, and I hope that people feel that like when I make them food. I'm putting these cakes in around 360 degrees, and they'll go for 30-ish minutes. We're gonna make some jam, put some citric acid in there. That's it. It's very easy. Every day I come in, I make desserts, I make the cookies, I make the cakes, I make the fillings. I make most of it in the mornings. I definitely feel like it's a push to do 3 different desserts in the morning. I don't know, I just feel like I've been cooking for so long. It doesn't matter what you're doing in the kitchen. That's just like what we do in this industry, I think. In addition to our sandwiches, we have rotating desserts every week. I make an icebox cake or a cream pie and then like a cookie. And I change them every week, total different menu. And I just try to keep it moving. So the desserts are really popular, way more popular than I had intended them being. Normally sold out them like pretty quickly, so I tell people that if they want to come, you should come like before 2. It's 11, we open in 30 minutes. Everybody's here, we've been prepping for a few hours, and we're just like ready to go. Or for Guy, or for Hunter. So service starts from 11:30 and goes until 4 p.m. every day. But I would say mostly we're very, very busy, which is honestly so fun. Sometimes it's a little bit slower in the morning and we get hit at a normal lunch rush, but sometimes we just have like a line of people waiting outside and we're just like, let's go.
Yeah. Let me get this guy for you, yeah. Here. All right, next is a regular Chicky to go.
I come to Salty Lunch Lady probably once a week.
At least.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come 2.
Yeah. I usually fall back on their classic sandwich, which is the Dill Party.
I've been really addicted to the tuna melt lately, and I feel like I was getting that like once a week for a while, and then they started like remembering me by my order, and I was like, I feel like that's embarrassing that I'm like known as the tuna melt girl, but it's so good.
I hope that what we're like cultivating here is a space where people just like have a neighborhood spot. I mean, the Ridgewood's really small, so people can come and like see their friends, be alone, but have like a little like chunk that is theirs that they can enjoy. We're gonna start working on our chickens for our buffalo chicken dip sandwich. We're gonna cook it slowly in some water, herbs, a little bit of spice, and we'll like let it go for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on what they're doing. And we just cook them whole and then cool them and then pick them and then mix them with all the good stuff and then like literally make a dip like how you would have on like Super Bowl. So in addition to all our regular sandwiches that we have, we also have weekly specials that we rotate, at least one a week. And this week we have the buffalo chicken dip sandwich on Pizza Bianca. We literally just make buffalo chicken dip. We're poaching chickens, cooling them, pulling them, and then making kind of like a buffalo sauce, cooking, like sweating onions with a lot of butter, cooking that with tomato paste, caramelizing that, and then mixing that with like hot sauce and cream cheese and mozzarella and cheddar cheese and a little bit of blue cheese and some scallions. And then we cook it off. This amount will probably sell out like 45 minutes. And that just took me like, I don't know, like half a day to make. Also came today, this is so delicious. If you're unfamiliar, Pizza Bianca, I wanna say it looks almost like shallow, thin focaccia, and it's so beautiful. It's super, super hard to cut. She's done. We scoop that onto Pizza Bianca. I just like the idea of buffalo chicken dip. I like dips in general. Who doesn't love buffalo chicken? After I finish this is gonna go in the oven for maybe like 20 minutes, and then it'll cool, and then we'll like cut it out and make sandwiches with it. So it's 3:30. We just are finishing up with service. We have 30 more minutes. It's been a really busy day. We sold out of our turkey sandwich, the Dill Party, and the Chicky. We're just winding down. We'll prep a little bit for tomorrow so we like can start to get ahead for the next day. And I'll do a lot of dessert prep tonight. My greatest joy in life, make things for people that come in here that like make them happy. People will be like, I had such a really awful day. And you can like come in and like for one split second, you can have like a half smile on someone's face. I think that I've done something, and I think that food is really special in that way. I don't take that for granted.